Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be fitting a dash cam to my transit van. I've got one of these Wolfbox G900s. I've just took delivery of it and I've just opened the box and had a good look at it, and it looks really nice. Looks like a really impressive bit of kit. It's always nice when you get a gadget, isn't it? You know, you just want to unbox it and have a look at it. And I'm really impressed with it so far. It looks really good quality. And I'm going to be fitting it using an OEM mount. Now this goes onto the original mounting on the windscreen where you have a rear view mirror. And in my case I haven't actually got a rear view mirror, so that'll be interesting because I haven't got to take that off. So that's a bonus, because normally you have to try and take the old one off to fit this on. So this kind of just goes in place of where your original mirror would be. So that's really good. I think that'll be really smart. I'm just going to try and use my cool box as a table because my van is an absolute mess. Look at the state of my van. I'm in the middle of trying to do a bed. I've got stuff everywhere. I've just had a delivery of insulation. I've got carpet. It's just chaos in here. And I've decided to start doing this as well. In typical fashion, I try and do about 3 jobs at the same time. So what you do is you just take off these little back things here, these little like rubber sticker type things, and that reveals the screws behind. Look, you see those? And then you kind of mount this with the 4 screws, and then this will go on there with the 4 screws provided, and then that goes onto the window. So I'm going to put this plate on now. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. So it looks like what you do is you just unscrew these. I've already done that one. Take these off. Good place to hold the screws in there, isn't it? So you don't lose them. And then you just take off this little bit, and then you basically pull this bit out, and then that then goes in there nicely, and you just put it back in with the screws. So I just got those 2 to do now, so I'm going to get on with doing them. Put the faceplate on, or whatever you want to call it, and then just screw that down. And now it's just a case of putting this on, the OEM mount. Oh, I'll start again. The OEM mount. Can't even speak now. Look. I'll give you a spare screw for these. So basically, you just. This just tightens down. So now I've got that on, time to fit it to the screen. Hoping that just slides straight onto that mount. Yeah. And there's a little screw I've got to tighten up to get it on. And there we have it. A mirror. It actually looks factory though, doesn't it? It actually looks like it's supposed to be there, like it was there from the factory. That looks really good actually. I'm really impressed with that. And once that's actually wired up as a dash cam, that'll be even better. Now in the box it comes with, you know, your 12 volt cigarette lighter power lead, or it comes with this hardwire kit with a load of fuses and different wires. But what I'm not sure about is whether to use the hardwire kit, because then it's potentially going to stay on, which I know they're designed to stay on, but in the past when I've used these, not this particular model but other dash cams the same, and I've left this plugged in, it's nearly flattened my battery. So I don't know what I'm going to do, whether I'm just going to use this should power off when I turn the van off, or this, which keeps it permanently on. Well, I'm assuming it keeps it permanently on. I don't really know what this bit is. Just says Dashcam hardwire kit, power supply, voltage, input, low voltage protection parameter. Oh, okay, maybe that will protect it then if it goes below a certain voltage. Oh, okay, that might be alright then. I might actually do that. Right, I've powered it on for now, just with the cigarette lighter, because you're supposed to format the card before you do anything, and then I suppose, yeah, have a look at resolution. That's 4K. Yeah, but I've just plugged it in for now, because on the Transit you've got this, you've got a little plug there, so I don't know if to use that or not, because I've got the hardwire kit, and basically what you do is find your fuse box. I think mine's under the steering wheel, and then you just remove a fuse, and then you just plug that into it, and then it's got the fuse there, look. So it's basically like piggybacking off your fuse, and then you connect that end to the loom, and you've got two. One's for, I think, as permanent live, and the other one's an accessory. I've just looked at the instructions, and it's suggesting that you put the accessory into like your cruise control. So, but that's if you want it on 24 hours a day for the parking monitor. But I don't know if I want to do that or not. I'm not sure, because I'm putting I've got some cameras as well, some CCTV cameras, so I'm gonna have to think about that one. I don't really like things on my battery, my starter battery, really, to be honest, because it's just I know it's got the protection on it, but I don't really like the idea of it. So I'm not sure. It might be tidier though, because obviously I won't have that cable going in there across the dashboard. Even though I can tuck it up around the window, it's always going to see the cable coming in the dashboard. But I don't know, it's a small price to pay, I suppose, for simplicity, isn't it? What would you do? Would you hardwire it in, or just use the 12-volt port? I don't know. But what I do know is I need to get this rear camera fitted, so I can stuff the insulation back up in the back there and get that all tidied up and just get that little job out of the way, really. I was going to put it there, but look how close the door is, and I can't angle it down anymore, and I want to angle it down a bit with the doors hitting it. And I can adjust it on the camera because it's such a wide angle lens, but that's not going to be good enough. Right, I'm having a bit of a mission. I'm going to have to mount the camera up here, but to get this cable into this gland, I've got to take all of this roof rack back off, well, lift it all up. So I've got to take the solar panels off so I can get to that bolt and raise this up so I can get to the roof gland to get that cable in. I mean, yeah, I could have just drilled through there. I know I could have just sealed it up, put a rubber grommet, probably even put Sikaflex on it. Probably would have been the easier thing to do, but it just seems a bit mad that I've got a roof gland there that I've fitted for cables, and that's what it's there for. But yeah, I'll just make my life complicated sometimes, just so I can get to this look, to take this off. Right, I've got that nicely now routed in there in the back of the scan strut gland. Put that on there to keep the cable nice and tidy, and that should be it. Oh, I'll put it down with the VHP tape supplied. I'm thinking I should probably screw it down, but I don't really like the idea of screwing through this, because that kind of defeats the whole object of me using that. But I don't know if that will stay or not. I don't know how good that really is. Maybe I'll monitor and see, because then if I screw through it I'm going to have to put some sealer on there, and I might as well just drill through it in the first place to put the cable through rather than take all that off. Right, solar panels all bolted back down. It's all back to how it was, and now I've got a camera there. So that's up there nicely now. That's where I routed the cable for the rear camera. It's just here. I'm going to tie it up with all this factory loom, and then I don't know whether I'm going to move that or not yet. No, I've just left it loose for now until I decide where I'm going to put it. I'm going to run it there, in there. Just got to tidy it all up, get some tie wraps tied up to that. And the only wire that I haven't connected is the reversing wire, because I don't know if you can see that, look, I just don't really think I need it at all, because the camera is a bit too high anyway. So what I've done is I've pulled off this piece of trim so I can get these cables behind it. I've started to put them up here into the under the headlining. I'm going to tidy these up in a minute, and I've put the GPS receiver down there. I've just run that on the inside of this piece of trim. All I'm doing now is running the rear camera cable up under here, and I'm going to run the hardwire kit down here and down through this somehow. I'm going to try to take this all off and find a way through here to get under here, because there's the fuse box there, look. Pulled the rubber off, I've taken this out, which reveals that torque bit there. And then down here, if you pull off this bit, there's more there, look, to undo. So I'm going to try and undo all of those and see if I can remove all of this piece here. Right, I've managed to get this off. It was only 4 screws, and I'm going to put the hardwire kit in there and then route it underneath and through there. And while I'm at it, I might rewire this switch back up so I can use this switch for my rear lights. Right, this is all back together. I've left that switch hanging out for now. I'll put the wires on it, but I just need to know when I actually do connect it up which colours have connected to which, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'm not using it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I've put all the dashboard back together. That's all routed up nicely. I've just got to then figure out this. I've got to figure out which fuses I'm going to use to hardwire this in up there. So I've got to try and work that out next. Right, I've been testing out these fuses. It's so hard to get in here and trying to get the camera in. But I've been testing these bottom two here. They are permanent 12 volt, and the 5th one up there only comes on when you switch the ignition on. I can't really show you on my camera because I can't really get the camera in and record at the same time. So basically what I've been doing, put the ground of my multimeter on there, on this little bolt, and then putting that into the fuse, and then that's telling me on here whether I've got 12 volts or not. Attached the ground to there and just tucked it all up in there. Right, I was actually mistaken when I think I said it was that second fuse there. I can't really point to it, but I got a false reading, because when you turn this van off, I think the power stays on for a little while, so I thought it was a permanent live and it wasn't. But I found one, which is this one it's connected to, the one on the right, not the higher up one, the one on the right, the fuse is facing down. That seems to be a constant power, because I've just left it for about 15 minutes and just double checked it with the multimeter, and it's still saying 12 volt. But the only thing is, the parking guard doesn't seem to be working on the camera. So from what I've been reading and the instructions and so forth, is the reason why you have the 12 volt constant supply to the dash cam is so it's got like a parking guard on it, so if the van gets whacked, or the car, it should then trigger a recording on the dash cam. I've been whacking the van and that's not happened, so maybe I need to have a look in the options. Maybe it's not turned on. It could be that, couldn't it? I'm going to go have a look at that. Yeah, I'll check that now before I put my van back together. Well, I've been trying to get this parking guard to work on this dash cam. Doesn't seem to be working. I've gone into the settings and it wasn't actually enabled, like I assumed it probably weren't. I've gone in and I've done that. I've even done what no man normally does. I've even read the instructions, but you know, as you can imagine, the instructions are not exactly the same as the display is showing, but close. So I've gone into the settings. It said that once it's hardwired in, you'll have an option for the parking, which seems to be the case. I've gone into it and it's not working. Well, I've been banging on the van, slamming the door, whacking on the dashboard, tried all different things, and it doesn't seem to be working. So yeah, there's that. I don't know what more to say. I'm gonna have to contact support and ask them why I can't get it working, but apart from that, it's all good. It does seem to be good, and I'll show you some footage and see what you think, because I'm really impressed with the actual cameras on it. I think they're brilliant. I wasn't that bothered about the parking guard anyway. I just thought it's a nice feature to have. It's great to have it on there if I can get it working. So yeah, there's that. So I'll show you some footage, and I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you found it useful, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Bye.